Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. In today's video, I will be going over the new 4K Ultra HD announcements and pre-orders for September 26th, 2025. Direct Amazon links to the titles in this video when they are live can be found on the channel's community page. So in last week's video, I showed the official artwork for the UK version of Out of Africa, and just as I said back then, we have pretty much the identical art. So for November 18th, Out of Africa will be coming to 4K, HDR and Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos will be included. Kino Lorber has unveiled the official artwork for the Alec Guinness Masterpiece Collection, and this will include 4 movies from the actor's filmography, and the release for this is November 25th. Also getting a November 25th release date, Pride and Prejudice starring Keira Knightley will be coming to 4K. While the official specs have not been released, I don't see this one getting an audio upgrade, but regardless, it will still be releasing at the end of November. Arrow Video announced their December lineup this morning, and there are a few titles, not a whole lot coming out from the label, and the previously announced Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles trilogy I covered a few weeks back, so I won't be including it in this week's video. But for today, The House with Laughing Windows is getting a 4K release from Arrow, and this will be coming out on December 2nd. Arrow also announced for a December 2nd release date, Wild Style is coming to the 4K format. Sony this week has Anaconda coming to 4K in a non-exclusive steelbook. This will be out on December 9th. HDR and Dolby Vision and a new Dolby Atmos track will be included for this release. Some of Shout Factory's December releases have started to leak this past week. Not all of them, but a couple are in this video. Beginning with December 16th, Leaving Las Vegas, starring Nicolas Cage and Elizabeth Shue, will be arriving on 4K. And the official artwork for the 4K edition of George Romero's Day of the Dead has been unveiled this past week. Still don't have a release date yet, but I expect in the next week or two we'll have that information. Now, it appears that I saw on the grapevine a new steelbook release of The Usual Suspects is in the works. This may very well be an international release and not a domestic US one, because Kino Lorber, to my knowledge, still has the rights, and they never really release steelbooks. So when I get additional information, I'll update that in a future video. This past week, some interesting news appeared as the director of both Barbarian and Weapons was interviewed, and he stated that there might be some movement on a physical release of Barbarian. Now, we don't have any information whether it's going to be a 4K or just a Blu-ray only, but this is pretty exciting news for those of us that have been waiting for a physical copy, and once again, I'll have more information as it becomes available. And currently up for pre-order, a standard and a steelbook of Paul Thomas Anderson's One Battle After Another is going live. And of course, we kind of expected a 4K release, and in a little bit of related news, There Will Be Blood has once again been making the rounds as a physical 4K, seems to be forthcoming. So when the official artwork and release date for One Battle After Another comes live and some information about There Will Be Blood, I will post that in a future video. And we still don't have a release date yet, but Spinal Tap 2, The End Continues is coming to 4K, and it looks like as a steelbook edition. No word yet if a standard release will be forthcoming. It's time to go over this week's international announcements and pre-orders, and as a reminder, most 4K discs are region-free. And on November 3rd, the UK will be getting a 4K release of Boston Kickout, and it looks like both HDR and Dolby Vision will be included. And a new steelbook release of American Psycho is getting ready to be prepped in France, and this will be out November 4th. A pre-order listing for Edward Scissorhands has popped up in France as well. No word yet if we're getting a domestic US release. I anticipate this happening if it's going to be true for the French release. So stay tuned to the channel and we'll have that information as it becomes available. And this is not at all related to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but the British series The New Avengers is coming to 4K, and this will be out in a collection on November 10th. And the film Renaissance starring Daniel Craig is getting a 4K release, and this will be out in the United Kingdom November 17th. And a French release of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is coming to 4K, and their scheduled release date is November 19th. And the French have a release of Carol coming to the 4K format. This will be out on November 25th, and it will be available as a regular edition and a limited edition that comes with a vinyl LP. And among Arrow Video's UK announcements, they will also be getting Wild Style, and their release date is December 1st. And while Shout Factory holds the rights for City on Fire here in the States, Arrow Video is handling this one across the pond, and on December 1st, it will be coming to 4K from Arrow. Coming to Australia on December 10th, Kill Bill Volume 1 and Volume 2 are arriving on 4K. And I can't believe we're now starting to talk about January 2026 releases. I am not ready for this. But Australia on January 14th will be getting the Infernal Affairs trilogy, and I would not be surprised if Criterion here in the States follows suit. Australia is also getting the new Toxic Avenger movie on 4K. This will be released on January 14th, and the originals are also coming to 4K as part of one collection, releasing on the same day in Australia. And coming to the UK sometime in the near future, The Long Walk will be arriving on 4K. This may not be the official artwork, but when we get a release date and the official art, I'll post that in a future video. So those are this week's new 4K announcements and pre-orders for the week of September 26, 2025. Not really a whole lot this week, just kind of mild, but I expect things to start picking up. And of course, we have so many titles to look forward to in the new year. So over the next few weeks, we should start seeing more December and January titles appearing in these videos. But if you are interested in anything I talked about, as soon as the Amazon links go live, I post them over on the channel's community page. But now I want to hear from you in the comments section. Let me know, what are you planning to pick up that I talked about in this week's video? And finally, a special thank you to my patrons for your continued support. It is very much appreciated. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.